The night was calm, and a cool breeze blew through the forest. King Vikramaditya walked with steady steps, holding his sword in his right hand. On his strong shoulders hung Betal, the mischievous spirit, smiling quietly. Vikram, I have another story for you tonight, with full of lessons. King Vikramaditya said, "Tell me, O Betal, I am ready for your story, and I will carry you silently." Long ago, in the kingdom of Sundarpur, there lived a king named Mahendra. Mahendra was young, strong, and handsome, ruling a prosperous land. But pride filled his heart, and he valued flattery more than truth. He loved treasures, fine clothes, and admiration from everyone around him. He enjoyed lavish banquets and the praises of the courtiers. One day, a poor man came to the palace seeking help for his starving family. The king looked at him coldly and said, "Go away, I have my duties." The poor man bowed sadly and left with disappointment. Days passed, and King Mahendra's pride grew with each compliment he received. He built taller towers, bigger halls, and wore more golden ornaments. His ministers warned him, "Sir, pride can bring downfall. Think of your people." But Mahendra laughed. "A king must shine brighter than anyone else," he said. One evening, a wise hermit arrived at the palace gates. He carried only a staff and wore simple white robes. His face was calm and wise. The king was curious about the stranger's purpose and summoned him. The hermit bowed and said, "O king, I have come to test your heart." Mahendra smirked. "Test me? I am a great king. Speak, and I will listen." The hermit smiled and said, "There is a garden far away from here with a special tree. It bears golden fruits that give wisdom and humility to those who eat them." The king's eyes sparkled with greed. "Golden fruits? I must have them." He called his soldiers and ordered them to find the tree immediately. The journey was long across the rivers, forest, and high mountains. The king was impatient to reach the tree, and he rode his horse proudly. The soldiers followed the king, carrying food and supplies. Days passed, and the tree remained hidden. One night, the king camped beside a river. He saw a traveler struggling in the river. At first, he thought of ignoring him, but a strange feeling made him act. He jumped into the water and saved the traveler. The traveler thanked him warmly. Mahendra felt pride, but also a new emotion stirring in his heart. At the dawn, the search continued deeper into the mountains. Finally, they found the golden tree glowing in the sunlight. Its fruits shimmered like gold, hanging from the strong branches of the tree. Mahendra reached out there and eager to pluck a fruit. A voice echoed from the tree. "Only the humble may taste my fruit." The king frowned. "Humble? I am the king, and I deserve it." The tree shook violently, and a golden fruit fell to the ground. Mahendra hesitated, then picked it up with both hands. He took a bite, and a warmth spread through his chest. Suddenly, visions appeared before the king. He saw the poor man he had ignored earlier, starving and crying for food. He saw courtiers flattering him, hiding their true intentions. He saw his people working hard yet struggling to live. A mirror appeared, reflecting his proud face, bathed in golden light. The king saw his arrogance clearly for the first time. Tears welled in his eyes. The golden fruit spoke softly. True greatness comes from humility, kindness, and service. King Mahendra fell to his knees and bowed before the tree. He vowed to change his ways and serve his people sincerely. The tree shimmered and gifted him three golden leaves as symbols of wisdom. The soldiers watched in awe, understanding the king's transformation. They returned to Sundarnagar carrying the stories of the golden fruit. The king walked through his city not in pride but in humility. He helped the poor, listened to the commoners, and shared his wealth generously. The people rejoiced and amazed at the king's change of heart. Courtiers who had flattered him now respected him for his virtues. King Mahendra spent his nights meditating under stars, thinking of the justice and fairness. He learned that courage alone is not enough. Wisdom and compassion define a true ruler. Time passed, and the kingdom thrived under his fair rule. No enemy dared attack, for the people were loyal, and the king's reputation spread far. The golden tree remained in the mountains, waiting for another humble soul. King Mahendra often returned there, seeking guidance, always remembering the lessons. One day, his child asked, "Father, why did the tree appear to you?" King Mahendra replied, "Because pride blinds the heart, humility opens it to the true wisdom. Pride can make even a great king blind." The king learned to listen not just to praise, but to the voice of truth. Many people think that strength and gold make a ruler great, but true greatness comes from the character. King Mahendra served with kindness, justice, and humility. Villagers trusted him, and strangers spoke of him with admiration. The hermit returned occasionally, smiling at the king's progress. King Mahendra welcomed him with respect and sharing lessons that he had learned. The soldiers too changed. They valued the honesty over the wealth. Mahendra's palace became a place of learning, compassion, and fairness. Stories of the proud king became tales for children, teaching humility and courage. Travelers came to Sundarpur inspired by the king's transformation. Mahendra walked humbly among his people, earning love rather than fear. Betal stopped the story and said, "O King Vikram, now tell me what would have happened if the king ignored the tree's lessons? Would his pride protect him or destroy the kingdom? Who is the real hero of this story? Was it the king, the tree, the hermit, or the lessons themselves? Why did the king's pride vanish at the end?" King Vikramaditya thought deeply and he recalled all the lessons. He remembered Mahendra's journey through hardship and reflection. He remembered the golden fruit glowing with wisdom. He remembered the hermit, patient and guiding, never forcing change. He remembered the villagers whose lives reflected the consequences of pride. He remembered the soldiers learning humility from their king. Betal was hovering around Vikram and was waiting for his answer. King Vikramaditya reflected on true leadership, the balance of strength and morality. He realized a king's power is only meaningful when paired with compassion. Strength without wisdom leads to downfall. Wealth without generosity brings only emptiness. He understood that humility transforms a ruler into a true leader. A king must serve, not just command. King Vikramaditya confidently said that if the king had ignored the tree, his pride would have blinded him and the kingdom would have suffered. The real hero is the king himself, who learned humility through wisdom and reflection. The golden tree and the hermit guided him, but only he could change his heart. His pride vanished because he understood that true greatness comes from kindness, service, and humility. True greatness is not measured by wealth or power, but by humility, kindness, and service to others. Pride blinds the heart, while humility opens it to wisdom and compassion. Satisfied with these answers, Betal laughed loudly and flew back again to his tree. King Vikramaditya continued his journey once again. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video and support my channel. Share it to your friends and families if you like my narration. Subscribe my channel for more such fascinating content. Thank you. Jai Hind.